Take it away.
Alright. What is up, everyone? I am Stewie Cartman. I am playing SMB2 US version, all levels. I am joined by probably one of the best players ever for SMB2, Ethan RTA.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
And I am sure he'll be making fun of me with every mistake I make in this run.
Oh, no, I would never do that, dude. Only support over here. Just don't mess up.
Right. Alright.
Wait,
Get started.
yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, so this is all levels, which is essentially the warpless category for this game. And coincidentally, it's also the same as 100%. So we get a lot done just with one category.
I'm gonna start the countdown on my live split.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can't use any warp bases, and you can't skip any bosses. That's essentially why we call it all levels. Because at the end of the game, it counts up how many levels you've done with each character, and if you skip a boss, it doesn't count towards that. But anyways, get right into it. So like with this game, you can see there's 4 characters to choose from, and they all have unique stats. So throughout the run, we're going to use each of them at least once, but primarily Toad, because as you can see, Toad runs really fast when he's holding onto a heavy object. So we're going to use that to get to the end of levels much faster. And right here, he's going to go for a double jump, which he did get it, but unfortunately, if you get too close to an enemy, you take damage. But if you jump, like, into the head of an enemy, the game treats it like you landed on the enemy, even though you're still moving upwards. So you get, like, a double jump from that. And he did a sick backup by getting an HP, so he could still go for this wrong warp. Nice, super clean. So if you press up when the enemy's about to hit you, it pushes you while you're climbing the vine, and it sends you over to the Birdo section. So that's like, that's one of the first, essentially the first trick you learn in this run.
When you're one thing I was worried about messing up.
Oh, dude, it's the one thing that's on everyone's mind, because you're just like, please do not mess this up. Like, if you mess up that wrong warp, it is so much slower and painful. But
I feel like getting the mushroom there was faster.
I think so. It definitely didn't lose time regardless. Because,
Yeah,
you would have had to use a bomb.
I only lost like 2 cycles compared to what we normally get.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So, and when you mention cycles, Birdo shoots an egg about every 4 seconds, so you can only lose time in multiples of 4 for any level with the pink Birdo. But he's also doing a really cool strat here. So if you grab this key, for the casual playthrough, you need that key to get to this section, but you can actually bring it all the way to Birdo and fight Birdo with it, and it's a little bit faster than just going straight to Birdo as Toad or Luigi.
I don't agree with that Fanto just like honing in on me even after I threw down the key.
Yeah, so Fanto is like completely dependent on your own movements, and sometimes if you do something slightly different, he'll come back and hit you after you already killed Birdo. It's just like the ultimate insult. But another cool thing in this is you can actually ride enemies after you throw them against a wall, like Stewie's doing right here. And ideally he wants to do another wrong warp, just like in 1-1. Oh, is that gonna... Oh, dude, I thought that might work for a second.
I thought that was gonna work too.
Dude, that was so close to working. So,
Oh.
This still saves time over grabbing the key. Like, a single death is actually totally fine compared to grabbing
Just
the key.
gotta hope Sniffit doesn't shoot.
Yeah, that's Sniffit. Sniffits shoot depending on the frame.
Oh no, not again. Oh my god.
Third time's a charm, this is easy. Yeah, so it's awkward. The thing that makes this trick awkward is you have to like land basically in the center of the chain to be able to like get the wrong warp out of it. So it's really awkward to get. Nice.
I was having no trouble with that earlier.
Yeah, that's a weird trick.
Oh, well.
Like usually it's fine, but every once in a while you'll mess it up like multiple times in a row and you're like, oh, what's going on? But very solid.
So much easier
first
than
boss of the run.
All-Stars version.
Oh, yeah, on the Super Nintendo, it's actually extremely difficult and awful.
How did that not
I like
hit?
hate the All-Stars version just for that. Yeah, so the way Mouse works, you just have to hit him with 3 bombs and then it'll kill him. But you can actually, if there's too many bombs on screen, the explosion happens, but no damage occurs. So you just have to like recognize when that happens.
You're gonna intentionally game. Actually, no. World 2 is not that hard. I'll keep going.
Alright, yeah, so when he mentioned like an intentional game over, if you can take a game over and get back all 3 of your lives. Yeah, you take damage once, you're like, okay, maybe I should go for the game over. You may as well, because it's fast and it can save a significant amount of time if anything crazy happens later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in this level, the big thing is that you want to kill Birdo with a star, and you spawn stars by getting 5 cherries. So he's gonna get like 3 cherries on the outside, and then when he gets inside, he's gonna grab 2 more, and you have just enough time to bring a star all the way to Birdo. It's like it saves like at least 10 or 12 seconds just going for the star kill.
Scuff thing is, if you miss the star kill and you're unlucky enough with missing another cycle, you can lose like 15 seconds.
Yeah, it can be super punishing, but ideally that doesn't happen. Oh, I thought that was gonna despawn.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that.
Yeah, so like that sniffet that's shooting bullets, if you get there at a bad time, it shoots a bunch of bullets, and then the star just doesn't spawn even though it should. But nice.
For the longest time, I didn't know what caused it to despawn.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. It feels like you can do the level almost exactly the same, and it just doesn't spawn for whatever reason. But yeah, I would argue this is like the worst level to learn or worst world to learn, because it's just constantly digging, and digging is not fun.
I think it was ILM or I Love Mario who told me about the sprite limit thing, and then I was just like, okay, that actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shoutouts to ILM, the OG legend of this game. Actually, I learned a lot of my strategies from watching him like years ago.
Hey, this Shy Guy needs to stop following me.
Yeah, so when a Shy Guy falls down a tile, they just walk in whatever direction you were in. So you can manipulate them if you get past them at a good time. Like since Stewie was on the left there, the Shy Guy started walking left instead of to the right and then down towards Stewie. And this star's like, you don't need to get this star to get past this part, but it makes it so much comfier, and it's no time lost going for the star here, so everyone just does it because you may as well.
That section's a nightmare without the star.
Yeah, it's really obnoxious, because you're kind of like gambling with the snippet.
I cannot believe that hit. I thought I threw the block early.
Yeah, you were so close. I didn't think that would work out. But yeah, if Birdo shoots an egg and you throw a block like standing still right when Birdo shoots, it'll hit Birdo, bounce off the egg, and hit Birdo again. So you get 2 free hits that way. And those red Birdos can also shoot fire randomly. So it's kind of a gamble every time you try to hit them that way, whether it's going to be an egg or you just take damage from fire, but it's worth it because it's so much faster to fight Birdo that way. And you didn't get to see it, but the Bezo that Stewie grabbed, there's like, if you don't do the very first room in a certain way, a bunch of those keep spawning in and like can just really get in your way and make life much worse, but you manipulate it using the first room and life is good.
I think before I was like sub 30 in all levels, I never got that snippet. Not the snippet, the Bezo. And I had no idea what was going on in this level.
Yeah. It's it's really hard to know what makes things happen in a game like this if you don't just ask or like investigate it. Like, why would going up the right side of a ladder change the spawn positions of enemies in the next room? Like, that's not very intuitive at all.
No.
Just how the game works now.
There's a lot of mechanics in this game that are counterintuitive to like SMB1 or SMB3.
Yeah, it's just so different from those games. I was really hoping we would get the mini wrong warp.
I tried it.
I know, you got so close to it.
Fun fact, if you do the wrong warp while small, and then when you're like running and then you die, you're soft locked.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, in this game, if you mess up a wrong warp, it can just like put you in a wall and you just cannot do anything.
Oh no,
like,
it's not the wall that it puts you in, it keeps doing the death animation. And you have no control of your character until your game over.
Okay.
So like, there's literally nothing you can do.
Okay, I forgot about that, dude.
Whoops.
Yeah, this level is really tricky because, I mean, the platforming on its own is difficult, but that waterfall is like the hardest thing to look at because you're the same colors as the waterfall, and I think that just makes this section infinitely harder. You can hardly see what's happening.
They don't do the vine jump. What's even worse is like in randomizer, there was a seed I was playing a couple weeks ago. I got 4-2, and like the little bluish whatever background was black, so I could not see like the dolphins or whales at all. Like all I could see was their eyes.
That's kind of amazing.
So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I just kind of have to guess where to go now.
Dude, that's why rando's fun. So this is this is basically the only level you'll see Princess in. Like, you technically could use Princess in a different level, but this is like the only optimal one. So we just really have to appreciate the time we have when you actually get to see this character.
If only we could do Task 3-2 in this level.
Yeah, that would be...
That'd be a huge time save.
It's like not possible yet, but that would be pretty sick. It's sub-pixel dependent.
I was gonna say it's probably like sub-pixel BS that we can do.
It's really bad, yeah. It's like sub-pixel and like, it might be frame perfect too. I don't know. It's really bad.
I was fully expecting to get unlucky there.
Yeah, this is like my least favorite Birdo because I've gotten hit by fireballs so many times for no reason. But the cool thing is, after Stewie did the bounce off the egg, if you get underneath the mushroom block, it bounces again. So you just get 3 quick hits that way.
Yeah, there was a cool trick I was thinking about going for in this level, but since I'm not very consistent at it, I'm not going to go for it. It's a huge time save though, if we were to get it. It's even faster on All-Stars because on that version, there's no setup you have to do for it. Like, you can just... There's a door that you come out, and you can just grab the cherries, go back in that door, and go back down the ladder, and it works.
I thought that tweeter was going to hit you.
I was expecting
surprised
him to.
you got underneath that, dude. Wow. Yeah, in the next section, there's the door that he's talking about that you can do a wrong warp with, but... If you mess up the wrong warp, you can soft lock, and it's pretty difficult to go for. But yeah, that door they just came out of, you can wrong warp through it after grabbing stars, and then you can just kill Mouser with a star rather than throwing like 5 bombs at it. But I think it's the least safe thing you could do in a marathon run.
It's not worth going for.
It looks so cool.
I did find out, like, with messing with it a couple weeks ago. If you do that wrong warp without, like, climbing up, it just takes you back to the cave section of 3-2.
Yeah, it warps you back a level, which is the best kind of warp, in my opinion. Oh my god, just dancing around that spark. Oddly enough, this is like this is probably the most difficult fight for new runners.
Yeah, yeah, this fight is not, it's not very beginner friendly.
Yeah, like, I don't know, essentially all you do is, like, wherever Mouser throws a bomb from, you basically just put the bomb wherever it was thrown from. But that's not necessarily intuitive, and it's really hard to, like, it sounds easy, but it's still difficult to actually execute it.
In my opinion, the worst fight in the game, though, was the 5-2 Birdo. I absolutely hate that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty awful. Yeah, no, that one's terrible. If you don't know the patterns gotta give you, it sucks. And these rockets are actually on a cycle too. So if he would have gotten here too slow, he would have had to wait like almost 2 seconds before the rocket took off. But since Toad is super fast, you don't have to wait for that cycle.
There is another glitch I could have done if I had my second controller plugged in, called the zombie rocket, where if I do the death code... how did that not... whatever. If I do the zombie rocket glitch, it just shoots the rocket up as soon as I do the death code. It's much, much faster. I don't remember exactly how much it saves.
It's like, I think it's 0.7, I want to say.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's not much, but it's like it's 3 times it. Why Mario on the last level? So Mario just has the perfect jump height to reach every platform without charging a jump. So like what Stewie did at the beginning of this level, he had to hold down until his character started flashing, and then he released jump and he got a really high jump. Good. That's not a big deal though, because you can get another one on the next screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in 3-3, Mario jumps just like at the perfect height to get on every single platform without slowing down. And like Luigi could make all those jumps, but Luigi falls so much slower that just loses time unnecessarily. So yeah, basically Mario just has the perfect jump stats to get through there quickly.
I'm also not really a fan of Luigi's mechanics in this game.
Right. Ooh, that's so close.
I'm surprised that didn't work.
Yeah, I feel like the star, like, as soon as you picked up the enemy, it just started moving left again on you. I believe Toad can make the ninja jump, but he can't make a lot of the jumps in the room after that without charging. Yeah, Toad can't make a lot of the, like, really simple jumps.
That Mouser fight would be a nightmare with Toad.
Yeah, and Toad, yeah, that makes the Mouser fight way harder. So, Toad's speed throughout the first couple sections doesn't make up for the vertical climbs. And if you're wondering why Stewie waited there, he's waiting there so that he gets to the right of Birdo as soon as it fires. If he would have entered the door immediately, Birdo starts moving left and then shoots, which is just bad because obviously if Birdo's farther left, that's not good. You're gonna lose frames when all you had to do was wait.
For this level, it's faster to go slower.
Exactly. Surely we're gonna see the Shenron.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so there's a few different strats you can do in this boss, and this is like the most consistent strat. Really nice.
Easy.
Yeah, depending on when you throw that second block on Fry.
Oh, that was a gold.
Oh, okay, let's go, dude. Yeah, those small fries that you have to clear out at the end can be so difficult to manage, especially depending on the strat you go for. So, really nice to see just a clean single block to take them all out. It can get really messy really easily. Ooh, that was a really clean beginning too, so...
Should be set up for it.
Yeah, so he's gonna try to go for a quick kill here, and... Well, you were set up for it, though.
Okay. Well, at least there's a 1-up
Wait,
there,
don't worry about the quick kill. Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's like... The quick kill just saves a tiny bit of time versus the normal strat. I think it might... Maybe it's 0.5, I want to say? It's not like it's not a huge thing, but it looks kind of cool.
Maybe I'll still be on the setup for it. Nope.
Yeah, so you have to go quickly because Birdo has to be in like a specific part of its pattern to be able to do the quick kill, basically. So if you like slow down at all, you can't reliably do it. And it can lose a lot of time if you go for it when it's not actually in a good position. Yeah, Luigi's legs when you're jumping are so funny. So this next section coming up, we haven't talked about it yet, but you can jump off these vines. And so the way that works is you have to hold an up diagonal and then jump like right as you're falling off the vines. And as Luigi...
I'm surprised I didn't get hit.
Wow, that was cool. As Luigi, it's super generous. You have like a huge window to input the jump button, but as all the other characters, you only have 3 frames, and it's much harder to do consistently. With Luigi, you can literally mash jump, and you'll just get the vine jumps every time. So it's still worth it to choose Luigi in this level over Toad. Toad is optimal, but it's significantly harder.
And now for the worst Birdo fight in the game.
Yeah, so the one trade-off is that this Birdo fight is terrible as Luigi. Yeah, so if you're holding down jump when a fish is going up, yeah, the fish can just go through you. If you hold jump when the fish is moving up, then it'll go through you.
I had one practice run earlier where I got like 6 fireballs in a row.
Oh my god. Yeah, the likelihood of Birdo shooting fire increases the more damage you do to it. But
I think it was on the first health point that I was getting all the fire. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I watched Green Death Flavor come back to this game for All-Stars, and he got like 5 in a row, and he was just raging. Dude, he's like, okay, this game is terrible. I'm like, I know. It's good fun. That section's so awkward to do quickly.
I missed the Green Death Flavor SMB2 attempts.
Oh, I know, it was fun.
He was...
Wasn't
he so close to record for a while?
I think he...
or did he have the record?
0.1. He either had it or was within, like... I want to say he had record, actually, at 825, I think?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think he had it. And then ILM was like, okay, here we go.
ILM was just like, hold my beer.
Yeah. The classic ILM strat. Oh yeah, this is fast carpet. So he spawned that second Pidgeot so that he could for whatever reason, if you spawn a second one and then you go back to the original carpet, it is way faster. I don't know why that works, but you want to spawn 2 to go way quicker throughout the level. And then he killed enough enemies throughout the stage to get a hard spawn after killing Birdo. You have to kill like 7 enemies to get a hard to spawn, and that's very important for this boss strat. Nice. Yeah, so if you take damage, objects keep moving. So he throws the boulder, takes damage, and it just goes straight into the ground. And for some reason, if it goes in the ground, it just starts going up vertically, repeatedly, until it reaches the crab.
Shout out to Cool Kid for finding that by complete accident.
Yeah, Cool Kid found that just on accident one day, and that is like one of the most important strats in this game. Before that was discovered, you just had to get lucky, and it was terrible. Like, so many runs were lost to that level before that setup was found.
Yeah, I remember watching like all levels and just like seeing so many runs die to 5-3.
Oh yeah, it was awful. The record is 2036. But yeah, it like running all levels just came down to 5 actually so frequently. You can get really awful RNG and only get single hits each time, and it loses so much time you just cannot continue. This is like the iconic Luigi level to me. Like, anytime I think of Luigi, this is what I picture.
Thank God.
Even with the cursed beginning. Yeah.
I was so worried about that.
Yeah, the Panzer that's shooting a bunch of fire, normally we just take it out with a veggie to make sure it doesn't despawn anything, but some people don't like the nice consistent strats and they skip the veggie altogether. It just is so much scarier not taking out that enemy.
Shout out to Rupert for also doing that same variation of that same strat.
I know, dude. Rupert's a bad influence.
Was that spin cycle worth it?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I'm surprised that worked.
I didn't. Yeah, I was like, you're really low. That's like another huge thing with Luigi is that potion jump. You throw it against the wall at the right position, then you can jump off of it, and it saves a lot of time. I actually don't know the exact amount of time it saves.
I disagree, game. Alright, well, I guess we're going safe here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, this track I played is just scary when you're small. Like, no matter what strat you do, it's not a comfortable fight. And there's so much lag in this.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was scary. Just a little bit.
The sad thing is, even after you kill Triclide, he can still shoot a couple fireballs and get revenge.
Yeah, after you kill Triclide.
I don't know what causes it.
See, people say it's from going slow, but, like, that doesn't always happen if you go slow, so I don't know exactly, but yeah, it can still attack you after it dies, and it's pretty awful. Yeah, it's way faster than the save, for sure. I don't
sad to say I've lost a sub 9 to that.
Oh yeah, I've lost rounds to that. It has to happen.
It's like the most soul-crushing thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't, if you jump to avoid it, you're just losing time too, so it's kind of, you're just in a really tough place. And also, no other character can make that charge jump to the ladder like Luigi can, so that's also a very important thing. Why we choose Luigi in this. Oh, that's a pretty mean Birdo.
Yeah, he was just like puppy guarding that block.
Huh. And then for whatever reason, this game ends with a world of 2 levels, so this is the final level.
I disagree.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought your entry was super quick, so I was surprised that happened. The ninja patterns are dependent on when you get to them, so like, if you change up what you do in the first 2 sections, or the first room essentially, then you'll get a different pattern from the ninja, but
Should still be good for second cycle, hopefully.
I would think so, yeah.
Maybe not.
Oh my god, that lag. Yeah, that's risky. So in this level, it's kind of like the first level where there was a... In the first level you had a Birdo where you were running on 4-second cycles. It's the same thing in this level with the veggies that spawn. But Wart's position is different depending on when you get to him. So what Stewie's doing is he's looking at a segment timer, and he's using that to know when to move right for a good
How did
cycle.
I get that wrong?
And he moved... Yeah, he moved right just a tiny bit too late, so the veggie was on screen. He wasn't there in time to grab it. It's not a big deal, because you can just account for it. Yeah, that is like a slightly awkward position, man, because this should be the hard one, right?
Gobi.
Yeah. Ooh, that was close.
Wow.
Dude, that's my favorite throw in this entire fight, just jumping up and throwing it out of your hands midair. Did one of the bubbles despawn there? That looks so weird.
Yeah, because they were off screen.
Okay, that... I don't think I've seen that before. That's funny, dude. GG.
Thank you.
That is SMB2 all levels.
Honestly, the worst part of this run was just World 1. Everything else is pretty much fine.
Yeah, the 1-3 death is just... It's a tough one.
Well, thank you, Ethan, for not busting my chops too much with this.
I would never do. Thank you for having me. Always fun to watch the Mario Bros. too. Love the game, so always grateful to be around for it.
Usually my primary game is SMB3, but we have someone much better than me at SMB3 coming up in a minute. We got Mitch Flower Power with